It's what the Israelis almost indirectly are telling everyone in the world. If we can only see what's happening, that this is the way we're going to solve this issue. We don't want to see them. We don't want to be with them. We don't want to socialize in their society. We don't want them to come to our part of the country, etc. I mean, come on. Let's put aside whoever we are in our own selves for a minute and say, a shrinking world, the global village that is becoming more and more restricted, meaning the contacts among ourselves are intensifying at an accelerating rate. And we come and say, no, we don't want contact with the other. This is not going to solve the problem. Look, you have to realize, especially you who belong, if you are here, those of you who belong to the Jewish faith, you have to realize how Zionism is a disease in your body. And you have to purge your body of this disease, of this political toxin. Get it out of you so that we can resume a normal life. But as long as this Zionism is going to continue, we're going to continue to have not the history of the recent past in which the secular governments were in charge of this affair. Now there's a new element of Islamic self-determination in the area. And if you think you had a problem, you who affiliate with Zionism, if you think you had a problem with Palestinians and Arabs, with 10 million or 200 million people, now you have 1.6 billion people that you're going to have a problem with. You're not solving, you're not diminishing the problem, you're contributing to it and you're inflating it. And this is not the way I want the future to go. But if we have those who are riding their heads, those who are blind to the facts, if we have a Zionist Israeli nation state that now feels that it has the military wherewithal, the nuclear, the weapons of mass destruction, the intelligence gathering apparatus, the satellites in the sky, and all of these fancy gizmos, if they think that is going to secure their future, they are wrong. Because they're still walking on planet Earth. And around them, there's 1.6 billion people. They're going to have to learn how to open up to 1.6 billion people. Besides, there's so many things that are common between Jews and Muslims. Both, I can say this comfortably, both in their heart of hearts have a strong aversion to injustice. But it surprises me, even though this is a cardinal feature of Judaism, to have this strong dislike for injustice. How do you tolerate seeing the injustice that has been systematically and oppressively brought down on the heads of 10 million people who are called Palestinians, and dragging into this morass the rest of the world? How can you reconcile that with your aversion to injustice? The future, you will hear this more. This presentation comes to you from the future. You will hear this more. There's going to be Islamic resistance and if it goes that far, an Islamic war against Zionism. And Muslims are going to be willing to sacrifice their lives, whatever it takes, even if it takes the full population of Muslims in the world to perish towards that end. That is what's going to happen. will take an insider to know this, and it will take an insider with courage to express it. 30 years ago, there was no Hezbollah, there was no Islamic resistance. All of this thing about Islamic, the same media that is giving us this rosy picture about Zionism is giving us this ugly picture about Islamic terrorism. There's no such thing as Islamic terrorism. This is a fiction of the neoconservative Bush administration and the rest of those who have rendered Israel a god that they worship, that cannot be criticized. Israel could be doing, the nation state of Israel could be doing what is detrimental to itself and to the rest of the world. And if it does something like that, I don't care whatever religious persuasion you have, it is your duty, once you know that it is wrong, to stand up and say, Israel, your policies are wrong, and they have to be corrected, or else you will cease to exist as a nation state. I will end on that note simply because I have to end on that note. I ran out of time. I thank you for your patience, and as frank and as blunt as I was with you, if you have any question or any comment on your mind, I will be as silent and as patient as you were with me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.